What's up, you guys? My name is Chris Allen, and welcome back to Stepping Into the Group Chat. Today, I have a special guest, Austin Reed, and I also have my cast, Kayla, Charles, and Jordan. Y'all ready to step into the group chat one last time?
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Today's topic is back to school. So this time around, it's August, and a lot of high schoolers and even young adults in college are going back to school. And so we just gonna get into that little topic. So I know for me, as the founder of YDG, I am very toned in education. Even myself, I am in school, and I know everyone here was in school in some type of way. So my question is to you guys, what made you guys decide to go to school?
Well, I'll start off since my journey ended a little quickly. I went to school for my real estate license, but they was doing all the English and the history and the mathematics and the science and biology. Girl, I'm not here for science and English and biology and all the extras. So I was like, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna head out and I'm gonna just do my 3-month course for my real estate license and I'll do it like that.
Right.
So it wasn't really for me. And even like in high school, I went to high school for my freshman year and then did the rest homeschool. Because I was doing like stuff with my career a lot. So it was like, I didn't have time, but I ain't had time to be in that class. So I'm gonna cheer it. So school, I mean, I was good in school. Like I had good grades and stuff, but it just wasn't for me.
Did you really have good grades though?
I did. And she, you think I'm stupid?
Yeah.
Do you think I'm dumb? What you said? I said what I said. It didn't give honor roll, but it gave. It gave 3.0.
Okay.
Oh, that's good. That's good. But that's the good point.
3.2.
Yeah.
I feel like when you go to school and you envision it one way, or you're not going there for the right reason, that affects your time there. So I mean, I went to school. I wanted to go to school. I was an athlete throughout high school, middle school, and I wanted to pursue track in college. So I went to college for that. I went to Mississippi State for my first 2 years, transferred to the University of Texas, and I finished there. So I think for me, it was just wanting to continue that athletic career and also get a good degree in that. So since I wanted to be there, it was definitely still hard, but I was more motivated because I was like, okay, I wanted to be here, so I gotta see it through.
I have a question for you though. Are you fast?
Am I fast already?
After the show, okay.
I used to, back in my day, I used to run track. For real.
Ooh, we all about to race. Okay.
Back in my day, I used to run track. Okay.
I did football, but I didn't like running.
No,
I don't know if I got it.
Okay, yeah. What about you, Kayla?
I went to school because my parents wanted me to go to school, but I didn't want to go to like any regular school, like, Berkeley or anything like that. So I was like, let me go to a school that kind of fits my interests. I went to the Fashion Institute of Design and Merchandising in LA. And I graduated in December, actually, of last year. Thank you. And it was a okay experience, but we'll get into that later. It was just, it was a lot.
There's a lot of
school,
stages.
a lot, always.
Oh yeah, for sure. For me, I was never given the option of like, you have to go to school. My parents never forced me to go to school, but I came from a very like affluent family in terms of like my grandparents were doctors. All my mom's brothers and sisters are doctors. My mom went to school. My dad, he actually went to the military straight out of high school. So again, it wasn't forced on me at all. But I feel like for me as a black man specifically, I felt like I wanted to have just something a little extra to my name, just to kind of just get me into those rooms and things like that. And so, I tell people all the time that are like, oh, should I go to college? Should I not? Should I, what should I do? I say, honestly, like, do what's best for you. In 2023, honestly, I can't believe I'm about to say this, but like 2023, like you don't actually have to get a degree to like get to where you need to get. There's so many resources that we have out here.
So many.
Unless you're trying to be a doctor or a lawyer and things like that, like definitely go to school. But I graduated in marketing. I could watch TikToks for a couple hours and you know what I mean? So it's just like, I enjoyed my time in school. I enjoyed the networking experience and things like that. But again, I wasn't forced to go to school. For me, I just wanted, a degree to carry weight to my name as a black man in America. That's really
As he should. And I know that you went to Oakwood University in Alabama, and that's an HBCU, right?
It is. It is.
How was that? How was that whole experience for you?
It was great. For me, honestly, a little embarrassed to say this, but throughout high school, like I didn't really know too much about HBCUs. I went to a kind of more like mixed high school. You know, we had blacks, we had, you know, whites, Hispanics, all that. And so the idea of HBCUs were not forced too much. I went to school in Maryland, so it was all about like University of Maryland or, you know, Penn State or like things like that. And there was nothing about HBCUs as a whole. And so I'm actually a legacy Oakwood University student. My great-grandparents went to Oakwood. My grandparents went to Oakwood and got married. My parents found each other at Oakwood. So it's just like, you know, I was a legacy student. And so I'm the oldest. I'm come from a Nigerian background. I'm the oldest of 23 grandchildren.
I know that's right.
On my mom's side.
Me too.
Oh, come on.
What's your tribe?
My tribe? What is my tribe? My tribe? I'm Yoruba. What are you, Igbo? I knew it. I could just sense as soon as you watch it, the way you look me up and down, I said, that is an Igbo woman. Like that's. But no, I definitely wanted to carry on the tradition if I was going to go to school. So yes, I went to Oakland University down in Huntsville, Alabama. You know, I really enjoyed my time there.
That's good.
Yeah.
And not only did you go there, but you were Mr. Oakwood. I mean,
I was crowned as the eighth Mr. Oakwood University, and it's funny because 8 is my favorite number. And so, you know, I was crowned as the 8th Mr. Oakwood, and so you royalty carried it on.
That's
so
awesome.
I should have brought my crown today, but Croix told me not to. So
Yeah.
I had to leave it at the
hater.
I had to leave it at the crib today.
Okay.
You guys are so funny. Well, so now talking about the college life, how do you manage your social life and your academics? And this goes for everybody, even if it was back in high school or even transitioning.
Yeah, because high school you have to have that same balance if you want to, succeed in high school too.
Having a schedule.
Like I said, freshman year, went for a year. It was cute. Homeschooled right after, because at the time I was dancing for the Golden State Warriors. So sometimes
Come on. Hold on, cut the camera. Hey, get right there. Edit that.
5, 6, 7, 8. No.
a little rusty. That hurt a little bit. But yeah, back in my day, I danced for the Warriors. So sometimes the games would start early. I have to leave school early. So I just decided to do homeschool, and I would be in LA a lot. And then like college, like I kind of want to say I had some sort of college experience because my friends went to college, and I would like go stay with them and like, you know, enjoy all that. But like, it was a good balance for me because I kind of just did what was easy.
Yeah.
And you realized early on, like, okay, if I'm going to be pursuing my career, I have to navigate that. And I had the triple whammy. I was in school, I was an athlete, and I had to manage, I didn't have to, but I did manage the social life, and like, you know, I just had to figure out that balance between everything, which made it even more difficult at times because you have to like compartmentalize every aspect of your life if you want everything to go well. You know, you have to put time and, you know, effort into everything and have that specific time that you put into it. So I think for me, the best way I did that was by having like a notebook or kind of like a planner, even if it's just on my phone. Like I would say, okay, from this time to this time, obviously I have class and then I have practice, and then after the practice, do I have time to go eat with a friend, or do I need to go straight home and do homework? Like it was just kind of understanding that importance of what was going on at that moment.
Got you.
I agree with that, having a planner. I used to, my school, like the first couple of days were like orientation, and they gave us a list that had different time slots, almost like an agenda, if you will. And it had like, okay, pink was homework, yellow was going to class, green was like hanging out with friends, blue was sleeping, whatever. And I kind of use that technique now to kind of like be consistent with my time and figure out, okay, what time can be dedicated to what, basically. So yeah, piggyback of what you said, having that schedule definitely helps. Definitely helps.
For sure. And I agree with kind of what everyone was saying already. You know, just in like scheduling, I feel like scheduling is important, but I think that also in scheduling, for me, you know, early on in school, my thought process was, number one, like, I don't necessarily want everything to be based on academics. Like, I don't want to spend these next 4 years in college, be in the books, graduate, and be like, well, what else did I do? Like, you know, I have this, you know, 4.0, I have this degree, but like, where are my friends? Where were my memories and things like that? So it was important for me to definitely have that balance of academics, and I was also in a lot of leadership programs. So like academics, leadership, social life, and just overall like enjoying life. My saying all the time is like, people take life too seriously, and I feel like you should be able to have a little fun, especially in college. You know, best 4 years of my life up until this point. And so, I was definitely like keeping with a schedule in terms of, I have class in this time, I have leadership here, I have this, I have that, but then also like allowing myself to like have some wiggle room, because I feel like for me, my freshman year and like a little bit of my sophomore year, like I was literally scheduling everything down to the T. And so like when 1 o'clock would hit and I was like, I didn't do lunch or I didn't do this, like, I was like, dang, like I messed up and like my whole schedule is thrown off. And so like I feel like it's important also to kind of give, a little leverage, a little leeway like in between events as well. So like you can grab that food or you can grab that quick nap or like, things may come up that, that you may need to do. And if you're so bound in like time and scheduling and things like that, like that can really like mess somebody up.
For sure. 100%. 100%.
Well, now, what advice do you guys have for people that are in high school or people that are in college? What back to school advice back to school tips, I would say, do you guys have for them?
Yeah, I think first of all, I mean, you're still in school, so most importantly, you're still in school.
I am in my last semester.
Come on.
Okay, so I feel like since this is the final stretch, what is something that you think could help you?
I think I'm in the area to be giving advice.
No, but like, what would help you? What do you think should go differently for this last time around?
To be more focused. Be more assertive and to stop being lazy.
That's a
the
big
laziness, because y'all notice sometimes be like, I'll be skipping class. And I'm
can't do that.
And I'm only doing it. I'm gonna be honest. I'm only doing it because mind you, I went into freshman year as in quarantine because I was back in 2020.
Yeah.
So during quarantine, I was taking on my general education classes, and then when we went back in 2020, we're in 2023, right? Yeah. We went back in 2022, and then that's when I started doing my major classes, and they were and they are important. However, I think it was just a hard transition from quarantine into back in person. So I think the one thing for me, I would say, is just the laziness is to get up and go to school, even though some classes are just like, what? Because in my mind, I'm just like, why do I even need to go to this specific class? If I just feel like, again, laziness. That's what I need to cut out. No excuses. The laziness, I would say.
Yeah, sure. And that's why I asked you, because like I feel like understanding and acceptance in college especially is the best. Like if you're slipping behind, or oh, maybe I shouldn't have skipped this class just because I was sleepy. Like you can change that and be better for the next time, because it's all about, you're a grown up now, you're practically on your own in college, so you have to take that step into independence.
I made it this far.
I will also say, like, the reason why some of us do slack off, I know this was my reason, is because I was not interested. If I'm interested in something, I'm passionate. Like, I'm gonna do this and that because I'm interested in it. And I think that's a big tip, like when you do go to college or when you are in high school, to like put yourself in positions that you want to be in. Because college very much gives off like, oh, you need to take this class, this class. Like, it just don't be that.
No.
Yeah, you can choose.
You can definitely pick and choose. Like, definitely do something that you're interested in and not something that you think other people will want you to do.
For sure. That makes sense. And I'll add on to that. I'll just really say, my advice or my tips would just be, kind of like what you were just saying just now. Just college doesn't have to be. It's not the same for everybody. Number one. Number two, college isn't for everybody. And number three, don't be afraid to change things or adventure off. For me, I started off as a finance major. Absolutely hated it. I did not want to graduate in finance, but I still just stuck it out because I was scared that I didn't want to graduate in more than 4 years, et cetera, et cetera. My senior year, week into my senior year, switched major to marketing, still graduated on time. And so I feel like, I was scared to do it, but if I didn't make that change, like, I feel like I wouldn't have been as happy, with my degree. So, take a little bit of risk, definitely use this time to network. In college, I feel like college is all about networking, gain those experiences, gain those internships, get those friends, like all that. So that's my little advice, my little thing. So
That's good. I feel like for me, in high school, I got good grades, but I wasn't the best studier. But in college, you have to study or you will not learn the materials.
You have to seek help too.
And seek help. But I think figuring out your studying style is the advice that I would give, because I learned that, like, my professors would be like, okay, use flashcards, use these tools and things on your phone, these different apps and things, and they weren't working for me. I was not digesting the materials that I needed to learn. So I ended up learning
Sorry, can I pick up from I was not digesting?
Oh, yes.
Go ahead.
I was not digesting the materials that I needed to learn. So I figured out my own way of studying that was completely, it's a little unorthodox, but it worked.
Yeah.
And I did really, really well. So I'm like, I think figuring out what your studying path is, or your own path to success is, in general, is really helpful.
And that starts early. That starts if you're younger in high school watching, it starts right now. So keep on figuring out what you're passionate about, interested in, and stick it out.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, thank you guys so much for being a part of this episode, and thank you for coming and sharing wisdom to us. Well, I just want to say thank you guys again for joining us on the couch. Thank you, Austin, for coming and sharing some amazing wisdom.
Thank you for having me.
No problem. And to you guys, thank you guys so much for joining us for this episode, and we had such an amazing time. It's been a journey. So thank you guys again.
Pictures.
And thank you for stepping into the group chat with us.
Yeah.
I appreciate
See
you
you in
guys.
season 2.
See y'all next time.
Oh yeah.